Mini 4 is the iPad Air 2 concentrated down to 7.9 inches. It's the same ultra slim design, but it's lighter than ever. So light it makes last year's model seem heavy. It's easy to use. Touch ID is still here, though the mute/orientation lock is gone. Both the iSight and FaceTime cameras have been substantially improved. They're not iPhone 6 class, much less iPhone 6s class, but they're as good as the iPad Air 2. That means 8 megapixels on the back and 1.2 on the front, complete with burst mode. There's also an Apple A8 chipset inside, same as the iPhone 6. It doesn't have the X for extra GPU cores of the iPad Air 2, but what you give up in graphics power is counterbalanced by what you gain in portability. Wireless has been improved as well, with up to 866 megabit per second multi-in, multi-out MIMO Wi-Fi, and there are now 20 bands of up to 150 megabit per second LTE advanced cellular networking. Oh yeah, and Bluetooth has been cranked up to 4.2. The big news, at least for me and many, is that the iPad Mini 4 finally has the same great high color gamut, fully laminated display of the iPad Air 2. Again, it might not be up with the iPhone 6s or iPad Pro levels yet, but it's a huge leap over last year's model. Colors pop, especially magentas, reds, and purples, and pixels are right near the surface. It's 3 display layers fused into one, and it's terrific. Especially when using the new features in iOS 9, including the new slide over, split view, and picture-in-picture multitasking. The touch targets are smaller than the full-sized iPad, of course, but no smaller than any iPad mini owner is used to, and more than enough to enjoy enhanced productivity and creativity. It's tempting to resort to cliches and say this is the iPad mini we should have gotten last year, but fitting an iPad Air 2 into a silly small casing took time, otherwise we'd have gotten it back in 1812. If you need a big screen, get an iPad Air 2 or hold out for an iPad Pro, especially if you want the keyboard or the pencil. If you want a travel tablet that's pretty